Hello everybody, welcome back to Nukeshot Media for what is NES Season 6 and Split Round 3 here at Spa-Francorchamps, coming to you live from the studio. I'm of course Nukeshot Zokeo, taking you through the play-by-play commentary here today, and joining me in the booth...
That'd be me, Mr. Joe.
Indeed, we've got Joe back again. Fantastic stuff. Already, hello to TomSoft in chat, hello to NRQX, many letters. Welcome back again. Last week it certainly proved to be a fantastic race. We're expecting more of the same here for, of course, Ham Split. Massive grid. This is the largest grid that we've had so far this season. At, I believe it's 13 cars. Qualifying is about to get underway for the GTs. Ah, okay, Joe's doing that bit. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I'm just getting it all out of the way while you're introducing stuff.
So, we're going to talk you through some of the competitors here today, some returning and some making their debut. GTO, car 79, they are back again here today. Didn't get a podium last time out, but nevertheless, looking quite strong in the Lexus. Another Lexus.
He was unfortunate at Monza as well. Could have easily had a win, but it just didn't have that run out of fuel.
Yep, sad times for him. But side by side of the one with a second Lexus, the one of Svanderspec. They are new here today. I probably butchered the pronunciation on that, but apologies in advance.
If not, just say spec.
Is that car 74? I think the number is. It doesn't say on the industrial graphic.
It is.
Okay. So they're making their debut. Nice to see some new faces around the series. Unknown Rossasaur, still part of the Toyota Lexus group, I suppose you could say, in that Supra, car 96, and their teammate Kanoni right behind them in car 329. As someone's gone off, that is Svanderspec. Do they have damage? They do not.
Probably just ran a bit wide in the middle of the corner, maybe hit the curb on the apex.
Yeah,
it happens. You'll see it a few times in the race, I'm sure.
He made sure to rejoin safely, so that's good. Rejoin in the space. Lynx is here again. Good to see Lynx in that Corvette, of course, the Corvette staple of the Nukeshot Endurance series.
Every season.
Every single season. There's at least one of them. Ryan Ruby in the BMW M3. Another.
He has plasma dynamics.
He does, with the Nukeshot yellowish stripes. He's teammates with Tribe, who you can see there in the background as well. Different cars, same livery. Interesting to see that Mercedes work style livery on the M3. We'll see how they do. And Amuda is currently a bit further back. He's getting some.
He's the only person who's been burning fuel and not overusing his tyres on the outlet. Though, of course, fuel burning like this does actually use up your own tyres a little bit.
And also, a long track like this, it does limit.
There's going to be some cold tyres on the rear.
We'll see.
You may pit though. We'll see.
So the first
no, cars are on laps.
Already plenty going off in chat. Nice having you guys along. So to hear us.
I still need to open up the chat.
GTO making their way through Sector 2. Again, very twisty section of the circuit. Ross right behind them. Car 96, as we mentioned earlier. Might have benefited a bit from slipstream down the Camel Straight. Has dropped back a bit.
Quick note that Amuda is doing a second lap of burning.
Also, he's really trying to get the maximum advantage out of.
So he's going for one fast lap, basically.
That could be risky. In fact, it is risky, but we'll see if that risk pays off. the main pack starting to approach Sector 3. Is anyone close enough to gain a slipstream advantage?
Ross is close, he might be there. I know the Lexus is slight, albeit big slider. That's the AstroTurf, you've got to be careful of that through the race.
Yeah,
There's the tyres where you get more understeer and you're more likely to end up on that. But as now put him outside the slipstream range, which I think he would have been in otherwise.
We're about to see the first lot of lap times come in then from the GTs. We're approaching halfway through the session, that's how long a lap is here. GTO about to come across the line, what's it going to be for him?
Ross is close in the last sector. And there's the difference. Canoni though, comes to the top.
Yeah, Canoni goes fastest at 2:16.689. Ross did a 2:16.911
at the moment.
And Ryan Ruby jumps up to third. And Tribe goes fastest with a 2:16.284. There we go. Get the words out.
That is the one.
So GTO really off the pace initially. 1.3 seconds down at the fastest time. Again, being slipstreamed by Ross. Maybe he should drop back into slipstream of someone else, having a slipstream partner can benefit. Svander, he did a 2:18.710, so a bit off the pace as well. Perhaps not fully representative. And Lynx, who's ahead, has got a bit of a penalty play serving this time around.
And this time around, Ross is well in the slipstream of GTO, so I have to see if he's able to gain a lot of time for that or if he gets held up, like he might be now in the middle sector.
That's the thing. I'm just getting a little bit concerned as to whether these guys are going to catch a Muda, who's still fuel saving in Sector 2.
Muda has sped up. I don't know when he sped up, but he's going faster now.
Looked like Lynx took quite a bit of curb on the exit of X. Managed to gather it back up. Tribe really throwing the car in. Good to see. Ross is really on the bumper of GTR as they're making their way to Sector 3. Just crossing that margin now. It doesn't look like they're improving.
Lynx just had a big mistake. I looked up and saw him rejoining and correcting it. I missed what actually happened there.
Yeah, he's 1.6 seconds down, so he must have had some kind of mistake. Amuda, meanwhile, has gone into the pits, so he might rejoin in traffic.
So now, you should be out just in time, because the others are coming up to the bus stop now.
How many will actually go into
GTO? Canoni's right there, GTO's pitting. I think Canoni will have the best lap when they cross the line this time.
He does improve, 2:16.549. It's not enough to improve his position, but he does get closer to Tribe.
How is Tribe doing? Ryan Ruby has not improved. Tribe has by about 3/4 of a tenth.
And
I think he's reset back to the pits. So he's going back out. Okay.
That of course will reset the fuel load, so he's not going to have that advantage.
Ryan Ruby's done the same thing. And so's Canoni. But Canoni, yeah, there we go. He's just leaving his box now. So, some of these guys might not make it round in time.
I was going to say, Lynx is only just exiting the pits. I'm not sure if he's going to quite make it. It'll be close.
He's right behind Canoni. They'll have to... Yeah, that's going to be really close if they go as fast as they can.
All about timing. Who's that that's just exited the pits? At the very back of it was.
One moment, that is Ross.
Yep, Ross. So Ross is looking very unlikely.
It'll sort out.
Ross looking very unlikely to improve. Svander, meanwhile, they're currently in. Well, it said fourth, but now they're. Yeah, things are starting to...
It's correcting as people go back to the pits and rejoin and things. So he's gone wide the on again. That's not going to help him. He'll have dirty tyres now for the next section.
Plenty of action as we're approaching the final minute of the qualifying session.
Greetings to Swabble on the M56 motorway.
You better not be driving while he's watching this.
I doubt it, though. I think Svander's done with his qualifying.
Has he gone back to the pits? Or...
Unless he has time to get round for another lap, he might do.
He might do. His tyres aren't going to be in the best of shape, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's a chance for improvement, but we'll see. Yeah, people finishing their laps. Who is first to come through?
I think that's a Muda.
It is a Muda, yeah. So this is his one lap he's about to start.
He's got plenty of fuel
or
burn.
nothing run.
He's essentially burnt a third of the tank. That's 33 kilograms.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So if you look at everyone else, the next best is GTO's. Got about 77, 78 litres.
Okay, can you be ready to call the flag on the exact time?
Oh, I can. Hang on.
It's going to be close.
Just tell me when to send it, because I can't see the sign. Oh, there we go. I can.
Yeah.
I'll send it.
Cannoni's missed it. Cannoni has missed it. He doesn't get onto a lap. As the same has happened to Link, so they did miss out. Some of these guys have managed to, though. I think that was 5th place. GTO is going to be the last to cross the line. Now 4th place. Svander came into the pits, but he's ran out of time. We're at 13 viewers. Nice having you guys all along. If you're enjoying the action so far, again, be sure to leave a like on the stream.
May have to let Kano know that he didn't make it. I'm just loading up the chat finally. So I can get that going.
Ah, rotary, thanks. It's useful having so many moderators around.
Oh, yeah, he's just decided to go for a big ease at Lycom, that's fine.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully he's not gonna.
Now he's back hit a bit, he's reset.
Who's gonna be first?
That's the people on the laps, it's a Muda.
So he's making his way through. What's it gonna be for the Peugeot RTZ? We're going on board. Oh,
It's a very AstroTurf, he's using all the roads here.
Yeah, he's right on the limit and then going a little bit beyond it as well. We'll see how he does. He's making his way through towards Blanchiment.
Currently about 0.6, I'd say, down on Tribe's best lap.
So the
I
strategy
think he
might
should
not
gain a
pay
bit
off.
through the final sector. Well, Muda has ballast, doesn't he, and Tribe doesn't.
Yes, that is true. So Tribe should be in a very good position here. He breaks nice and early though, does Amuda for the
It does not like the sausage curve.
It's very slidey on exit. What's it going to be for them?
It's lost him a bit of time, but it's P2, but not actually, because people are in the pits.
Yep, 2:17. Who's going to be next across the line? I think it is Tribe. He was purple in that last sector. He improves
And
again.
purple again.
2:16.018.
Okay, GTO next row. Smooth exit from the bus stop. He's improved. 17.3.
Indeed, he goes third.
Svander Spec is on his outlap, so that is it.
Okay, I'm gonna save the screenshot. Apologies.
It's everyone else's fault. Let me have a new send. I've got notifications off. Because then I will move it over for LM.
Yep, LM qualifying starting soon. So that is going to be Tribe Racing, a pole sitter in the GT category. Still at 10 viewers. We always seem to do well at the start of streams. We seem to get a good amount of traffic from viewers. Hopefully they stick around for the race. 10 minutes of LM qualifying once again, as we have an Audi merged with another Audi on the exit of the pits. We've got 5 LM cars here today. We've got the 2 of the Paradox Sport team, or Paradox Rebellion I should say, as well as Bubo Lubo making their debut in the Hyundai, and that's looking quite fast on the straights. And there you see James going past for the Arrows Racing team. and Macrian making their return for Martini.
It's just a new record every time in LM class, up to 5 this week. Will we see 6 next time?
Who knows, who knows.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Mika can't be with us today. But next time, if him and everyone else can make it, at full grit.
That would definitely be
At wet Zokeo.
Oh dear, of all places that we could have a full grid, that would make for some absolute chaos. But we'll see. Currently watching the Paradox Rebellion Audis making their way through Sector 2, approaching Sector 3 on their outlaps. Surprised that they're not charging their hybrid systems up so far.
They initially were a little bit, but they seem to have given up on it.
Perhaps the thing
As you say, that rotary does it now.
Ah, yep. Someone watching the
Arama
stream.
goes past. You gained a lot from breaking into the final bus stop anyway. No, Arama's done it as well. There we go, that's a full hybrid. Instantly uses some accelerating. Gotta be careful.
We're going to go on board for a full lap here. Joe, if you could talk us through it, Mika style.
I've never seen Mika do it, I've not watched the replays back, but anyway, across the line he goes up to 5th gear, braking just before the 100 metre mark on the left. What gear? He's going for first, okay. A little side on the exit, but now the hybrid kicks in and fires him down the hill. Hybrid stops 156 miles an hour, and now flat out up the hill. Goes for 6th gear before he goes up, get a bit of torque. Still top speed, he sits a gear. And he's used up most of his hybrid already, though rotary's actually used a bit more. 187 braking partway down the curb. Left and right making the most of the downforce you can get at 80 to 90 miles an hour. Flicking it left and right. Use some of the curb on the exit, but not all. Uses not the curb here for entry, that's good. Opens up the corners. Keep it tight around the hairpin, it's a bit grip limited. Get the power down when you can. X is always tricky, it can throw you out wide if you're not careful. Now down to pull on. It should be down the gear then back on power. And indeed it is. But right up to the curb, but not too far, because that AstroTurf very deadly, as we've seen in practice. Down 2 gears for the 5th path, or the fan gear chicane, whichever you want to call it. Always want to get on the power earlier than you actually can. Tricky right-hander. Again, AstroTurf on the outside to watch out for, then flat out for his Stevlo if you've got good tyre life and a good setup. Let's pick the smoothest line through this section, up to Bonchemont. Use some of the concrete on the right, turn it in easy flat. And now brake around the 150 marker, slightly later in LM actually, I'm used to the GT braking. Tight to the right, you had a bit too much sausage there. Power down, use the hybrid and across the line for a 157.294. Rotary cannot beat that.
Indeed, Rotary is 5 tenths down, nearly 6 tenths. We're going to see
ART James next through, he's not going to beat this either. I think he had a bad sector somewhere. He's been faster in practice than this, 2 minute 0.4.
Macrian will be next, he's just going through Blanchemont now and approaching the bus stop. Could be quite a good circuit for the R18 non-hybrid, we'll have to see. It's a bit slidey on exit.
You'd hope so, yeah, let's see. Ooh, bit of grass there as well. I've not been watching how he's driving, but he's reset back to the pits to go again. So that's his plan, just reset every time, get fresh tyres. He'd rather get a lot of laps in than to take a bit of time doing an outline village lap and having less fuel.
Lubo, meanwhile, goes third fastest with a 158.078. That's 7, nearly 8 tenths off.
Just 2 tenths off of rotary there.
Plenty of sparks being thrown up as they go through the compression at Eau Rouge and Radion.
And from what we've seen through the practice, it's also the car with the highest top speed at the end of the straights. He's just breaking 200 miles an hour by himself here. 201 that time.
He does go
and
green.
he's already on the personal best
That
by a
was-
quarter of a second.
Yeah, that was enough. If he just matches the sectors he'd done before on the previous lap, that will be enough for second, unless rotary improves further.
Now we have seen that his car has been quite loose under braking and off throttle. So hopefully he's learning how to control that a bit better to keep his pace up. See there in the pill, it's drifted on him quite badly.
Yeah, well observed.
It's one of those cars where you want to brake before the corner and then just have a tiny bit of power on as you're turning in. Just keep the rear in check.
Going back to the lead group, it would seem that James has not improved that time around. Oh, he has improved actually. 158.746. He just didn't improve position.
Yeah, but two Audis did slow laps that time. The two hybrid Audis, I should say.
Yep. Arama could be lining up a little bit of slipstream. That is if the Peugeot doesn't break away from him up the hill.
They've surprisingly similar top speeds here from what we've seen so far. Mercedes actually hit 198 that time, it's the fastest we've seen so far. Like Mr. Harbour speed.
I'd be surprised if
they
the
were
hybrid
around 192.
is hitting that, yeah. Macri meanwhile on their lap again.
James has gone wide, he's moved out the way of Arama.
And he moves to the side again to let rotary
Bubo
by.
ended up only half a tenth off their best from the last lap. Lost a bit of time in the middle sector.
He's 3/10 up in sector 1 on his own best time.
Bubo is the only driver whose times and optimals I can actually see at the bottom right. So his optimal is currently 57.676, which would put him second by about 2/10. He just needs a good middle sector.
Arama making their way towards Blanchiment, or up towards Blanchiment I should say. Sorry, I developed a bit of a lisp there for a second. He's going to be the first across the line on this lot of laps.
He is indeed. I've not seen if he's on the personal best. I'll just wait for him to cross the line.
It looks
It's
like it
looking
could be
good.
close.
It's close, but not quite. Just under a tenth off. I need to find James. That was not a fast lap for James, we'll ignore that. Rotary, same thing, not a fast lap. So these guys are going on to their final lap now.
Yep, makes sense.
Bubo Lubo has not had a good middle sector, sadly.
Still, is it going to be an improvement? It's not quite. 4/10 off or so.
Yeah, he's gained about 0.34 through the first and third sectors combined, but he lost 0.7 through the middle.
James has improved personal best by a tenth, as was that Macri moving up to 4th place with a 158.438.
So this is everyone's last chance.
Yep, we're approaching the climax of the session.
First through will be Arama. And this time I will have a look at sectors. Currently only Bubo on the personal best for sector 1. Sector 2, Arama has gone purple.
Really, for me, he was 5, nearly 6/10 down on his own time.
Well, it's the sector that's purple rather than the lap time. He's had a bad sector 1.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
But it is the fastest middle sector we've seen so far, with a 52.416.
It will be difficult for
Rotary
the
was
oval lap to
way
be an
off that
improvement.
by 8 seconds. Rotary's out of this. We did not type flag, by the way. But Arama's backed off.
Yep, okay. Apologies for that.
Yeah, I just realised what's going through.
Yep, Rotary about to come through. He will not improve
He's
this time
not on a
around.
good lap, unfortunately. Bubo, I did not look at his sectors yet.
James didn't improve in the end either. It was a 2:00.0 for James, so he's going to stay fifth.
This might be it for the order.
Bubo, no improvement, but he's only a
He's
quarter
close
of a second
again.
off.
He's consistent. We'll give him that.
Yeah, given how unstable you said this car looked at the time, his lap times do seem quite consistent. No improvement there for Macrin either, but he does secure 4th place.
Grab your screenshot.
You might want to tell the drivers to go to the track. So, an impressive pole lap sees RBZ Arama take the first position. Congratulations to them. We're up to 14 viewers on the stream. Fantastic stuff. Again, if any of you do want to leave a like from enjoying this, be sure to do so. Plenty of messages in chat as well that we can go over. We're actually a little bit ahead of schedule compared to normal. Isn't that fancy?
We're still technically behind because it's meant to be qualifying. Both sessions have finished by 8 normally, or 7 minutes over.
Oh yeah, but
you know, break periods is just how long people need, so that's where we get time.
And we also have some predictions in chat as to who you think is going to take the wins here today in both categories.
People did say there'd be predictions earlier, but I missed if there were any. I've not seen any yet. Just had a quick check.
Oh, White Bear's in chat. Ah, so that's who that was. Okay, cool. I remember seeing that.
Where is he?
It's a Prasetya.
Oh, I see.
Yogi?
Yeah, Yogi. That makes sense. That's why he's a White Bear.
Ah, I get it. That's funny right there. That's going in the funny moments compilation. I quite like that.
I can put someone's name in the funny moments compilation.
Unbelievable scenes. No, that's cool.
Right.
Amuda in chat saying greetings from the chair. Sota saying greeting from your mother's bedroom. That's a bit mad. Okay. Okay. Unbelievable scenes there. Tribe in chat as well. Saying Toyota is full. In terms of the actual
Reed was asking
slots,
something
yeah.
about that.
Is that everyone?
I'm slowly setting the grid.
Flying Welshman, that is Lynx, if I'm not mistaken. Nice having you along as well. Hayden, good seeing you here, as well as Tom Soft in chat. Z2000, Bubo Lubo. Is that their prediction or is that who they are? Regardless, welcome to the stream. I think that's a new ID that I've not seen before on stream, but nice having you along.
Yeah, it's Matt Green, never forget. We continue with my grid setting. As I said, LM should be done. Try to move. Oh no, they're not in order, are they? Oh, great.
Apologies for that. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
It's people's fault for just going straight back to the pits.
Absolute melons.
So let's have a proper look. Tribe, Canoni, Ross for the first 3.
And indeed, we will remember the 1 minute silence, Wirebed, don't worry about it.
There's Tribe, whoops. Canoni, Ross.
What's been going on? Great period, Amuda left, Lynx left, Lynx came back, and Amuda hasn't got back yet. Arama's also gone. Amuda is back, now it's just Arama that I think we're waiting for, and Arama's typing.
Okay.
Getting a cold Capri Sun,
Ryan,
celebrates
Amuda, GTO. Immediate GTO. And I just got to check the last two and the grid will be set. Okay. Spec and then links. So I believe the grid is all correct.
Shout out to Tomsoft from Arana there.
We'll be having a 1. Oh, there we go, it didn't show me the full message, it just showed me the top of the first line. So remember, we'll be having a 1. Scroll down, oh, there's 2 more lines. Both typing probably the same thing.
Yep.
We've both covered it properly.
There we go. GTO will win GT, says Wybear. Hashtag no bias with that prediction. Imagine that though, a Nukeshot win in GT Pro and M at Spa-Francorchamps. That would be quite something. Whoever revs his engine in the minute silence should get a penalty. Yeah. It's kind of more of a looking down upon rather than a strict penalty, because it's kind of more of a case of respect than an actual rule. But yeah. Oh, why is Amuda atting me again? Why does this always happen? I'm blind. I know I'm blind. Where's the restart zone? Restart zone.
I already told him.
Oh, whatever. I'm saying it again.
Right, did you say people had gone?
I think everyone might have got back. Race direction. Fun times, eh? Tomsoft saying that the series is rigged if Nukeshot gets another win here. You're not wrong. I mean, what?
So rigged.
Ah, Specker's back. Okay, I'm gonna say at everyone ready.
The one moment when no one was typing, for once. Oh, there's Spurge in the chat, going for James. No surprise there, Arrow's team.
Again, hashtag no bias. Oh, that's a fair point. The green, Whitebear's right there, the green is what gives us an advantage on every track. Amuda, stop with the atting me, you're confusing my poor brain. Why? I will... Should I give him like a penalty for just like harassing the stewards or like the organisers?
I'm sure it's fine. Right, anyway, no one has said they're not ready, but Amuda is still typing, probably to at you a bit more. I think we're going to start.
I'll put starting soon.
I'll wait for the other thing you're typing because you probably want to say something about the start.
Yep, I'm just doing this again.
Okay, all good then?
Yep. We're free to
Race.
start.
Start.
Okay. So we'll talk you
And
through
I'm
the...
actually in spectate mode for the start for once.
Okay, so we'll talk you through the grid after the 1 minute silence. Of course, we're having the 1 minute
It's a long
silence.
formational lap, we'll have time.
Yeah, we're having the 1 minute silence for, of course, the late Natalie Maye, the CEO of Spa-Francorchamps, who sadly passed away Sunday last week.
Hopefully people remember.
They should do. Thank you again for respecting the minute silence. Joe will now talk us through the grid for the race.
Yes, they're going to be warming up some very cold tyres for this lap, but it's a hot lap. So let's have a look. If it lets me swap cars probably anyway. So at the front we have the two hybrid Audis, Arama ahead of Rotary. I don't know the ballast situation of any car, so that's fine.
I can talk you through that.
We'll just carry on. Okay. What do they have? The two
Oh,
Audis.
that requires scrolling. So
Oh no.
So Rotary's on +2 and Arama's on +4.
Okay, so Rama's done well to get ahead. Okay, Lubo, that is, in third place in the weirdly loose but fast Hyundai. We want to watch out for, I'm sure, no ballast. Fourth place, Macron Lucasade in the non-hybrid diesel Audi.
Also
should
no
be
ballast.
good, non-hybrid down the straight, and as you say, no ballast. And of course, starting fifth, he's not had the qualifying he wanted, ALT James.
He's on +3.
Will have. Okay, +3 ballast. And James has binned it into the wall with damage. What a start.
Oh no, well, he's going to have to come into the pits pretty much straight away.
Yeah,
that is extremely unfortunate. We're not going to call a safety car or anything like that.
No.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's one car anyway. Yeah, he'll have to just go into the pits at the end of the formational lap, but that's unfortunate.
That reminded me a bit of... Who was it at Largo Maggiore in the preview that oversteered into the inside? Was it D-Log?
I don't remember seeing that, I don't know. I think it might have been, actually,
I think it was a Supra.
Oh, they're bunched up a bit here, what's happened? Do they know their pace speed? Oh, it's a Rama, they should do, yeah.
I'm just going to say 2 car length again.
It's not letting me swap views on the cars for some reason. I'm going to back out and back into spectate mode.
Okay. We'll go for the GT
now I can
shortly.
Do it. Yep, so let's swap back to my other camera. Okay, Tribe Racing leads him round in GTs. He's been unfortunate so far this season. But as a result, he's at the front with no ballast. This could be his race. Behind him, we have the 2 Supras. Canodi followed by Ross. I don't think they have any ballast.
No, neither of them do.
No, neither, okay. Did remember that one right. Ryan Ruby, a returning face to the series, his first race this time in the M3 just behind. Behind him we have a Buddha in the RCZ with his impressive weaving. I believe he does have some ballast.
Hold on. It's
okay,
3.
and
He's
Buddha's
on 3.
just decided to drive off the track and back on, 3%, thank you. Okay, behind that we have GTO, the plasma dynamic Lexus that you really don't miss.
Also on
bright green.
3%. It's effective. It's effective engineering, alright.
Yeah, just find your opposition. It works every time. We just nearly driven off the track again. Okay. Then behind GTO we have another newcomer in Fender Spec, or Pekka, whatever you want to call him. He's in the Lexus as well, I believe. It's not showing me the cars. Oh, there he is. Well, spectate mode being as good as ever. Oh yes, LM are already doubled up, thankfully. And what's at the back at the moment? It is Lynx. Of course, he does have ballast from winning at Monza, and I don't know if he picked up any elsewhere, but I'd say that has affected him a bit here, but he's had good tyre wear and some decent consistency at times through the season so far, so he could be one to watch, even though he's at the back.
James goes into the pits, and we are racing in the LM category for Nukeshot Endurance Series Season 6. Split round 3. Arama gets a good jump on the field, thanks to the hybrid, rotary as well, as they make their way down the hill. Bubo Lubo charging down in the Hyundai as well, could see them in effective slipstream, and a bit of oversteer for Macrian at the start.
Rotary is in slipstream at the moment. He'll be sliding up already on.
Oh, and
Arama's
Arama loses it nearly.
That's deadly AstroTurf, even at 180 miles an hour. That's going to really affect you. Right, James is still in the pits. He's getting his repairs now, just leaving. And he's at the pit exit right now.
Oh, and cars have gone off. That's Rotary off the track. Bubo off the track. Bubo rejoining a bit sketchily.
Just Macrian has damage out of that. Oh, I didn't see what happened.
Oh, unbelievable scenes. As the GT start has happened, Tribe leads them off down towards the La Source hairpin. He's very sliding.
Drift.
Ooh, that was very spicy. Oh, GTO's gone to Narnia. He's completely off us. He's going to have to pay to get back in.
The appropriate runoff though, that's okay.
Oh yeah, the green one.
His tyres clean up by the time he gets to Eau Rouge. I'll keep an eye on that for you. They did not clean up, but he's okay.
Yep, still.
Here comes Lynx, big run. He's on the grass. Bit of contact,
on the
but
grass.
he's okay.
Does he get through? He's still side by side with Fender Spec.
Just about made it now. At the front, Toyotas are making a move. Side by side. Ross is getting ahead of Canoni, and Amuda's having to go as well.
Yeah,
Bit
Amuda
contact,
finds the way to the inside.
quickly. And here comes Canoni. No, not Canoni, it's Ryan. 3 wide.
Oh,
Ryan gets
dear.
out of it. Sensible. Amuda, a little squeeze from Canoni onto the inside there.
Ooh, still
Got to
side
be
by
careful,
side.
guys. Another squeeze. Amuda not happy flashing lights at him.
And they're just about single file again, are they?
They are at the moment. I'm going to check LMs at the moment. It is Arama ahead of Rotary. They're on different tyres. Arama's on soft, Rotary in second on supers. Everyone else apart from James in LM is on supers as well. James on the soft.
Again, although it was a multiple car incident and no one did call MD, there was only 2 points of damage, so it wouldn't have been a safety car for Macrian's.
It's unfortunate, yeah.
It's not just you that I do that for, Joe.
Yeah. And he has done the sensible thing at this track and carried on.
Yeah, you lose so much time from
But
pinning.
he is
on the
struggling with
grass.
driving in a straight line.
Yeah.
It's a slight issue of suspension damage here.
If he's on a wheel, it might be shaking it to pieces, making it
could be.
difficult to keep in a straight line compared to
So
a
James,
G-Shock.
after his damage and pit stop, is now 28.5 seconds back from the race lead.
He's on
That's
regular
costing a lot of
softs,
time.
so he's going to try and go for long stints here.
Toyotas are swapping out the last corner again. Ross getting back ahead of Canoni, who I guess had repassed him.
Yeah, they're still side by side, making their way towards the source. Canoni looking to dive for it.
Lynx with a dive. Big dive inside the Buddha. He's outbraked himself though. The Buddha's back through. Ryan Ruby's looking to have a go. They're side by side. Ryan Ruby falls back in line and Sven Spec's going to have a go.
Fantastic racing so far. Still side by side,
Too
going
wide.
through Eau Rouge. Someone's going to back out.
Ryan
It is
Ruby
indeed Ryan.
has backed out.
We're going to go on board here with Van der Speck just to see the
Amuda has a big run.
We're going to jump ahead.
Pulls out on Ross. Draws level. Of course, he's not in slipstream anymore, but he will have a better braking distance in the clean air. And we're still vice again. Amuda does grab track position, but Ross is on the outside still.
Oh, and they hop
holds
up on the bollards. Amuda getting airborne on our screens.
He's not happy with the Toyotas this race.
Yeah, it is very tricky to overtake in places.
He has
very
been
sliding.
squeezed a couple of times.
So very defensive stuff by the Toyotas so far. That's allowing the top three to pretty much, the top two at least, to get a bit of a gap over the rest of the field. And especially Tribe, who's sort of cleared off at the front.
Link's having a look on the outside of Amuda now. Guess he's more suited for handling at the moment with the Corvette. It does make sense with what we've seen so far this season, where Amuda's been more top speed oriented. They're very close, third to sixth though.
Now, could we see Lynx have a bit of a run on Amuda this time around, coming up to Blanchemont? It's been a very dangerous spot.
LM update for you, Matt Green has pitted to fix damage.
Okay, we'll see where he rejoins. We're expecting possibly, well, more than likely it's going to be behind James.
It's behind James by 25 seconds. He's refilled the fuel as well.
Ah, okay. So he's going for a bit of an alternate strategy. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, Amuda's just about staying ahead.
53 seconds off the lead at the moment, but there's plenty of time.
Thanks.
Van der Speck on the inside of Lynx here, going down to the source. Ryan Ruby having a look as well. Lynx is brakes late, taps Amuda, but they're fine. It's barely any contact.
Svander gets the move done.
Through. Ryan Ruby looking as well. He's in slipstream, he should get this done. Lynx has to be careful with hitboxes, and he's clear.
Lynx was really unfortunate there. He was essentially no room for him to slot back into the train, so everyone pretty much just went back past him, so he lost a load of positions.
Van der Speck trying a move now on Amuda, with Ryan Ruby looking to the outside for free wide, but is there space?
Oh.
Just about. Careful of your hitboxes, guys.
Here we go then, braking zone. It's going to be Svander taking that position.
Yeah, that's a nice move lane there. Amuda holds on behind him just about. So a quick look ahead. LM are nicely spaced out at the moment. Nothing to really see there. Still a Brahma leading from Rotary. Bubo not too far behind.
Yep. All the actions in the GTs at the moment. Tribe, meanwhile, has got a 3.8 second lead over Canoni, who in turn has 1.6 seconds over Ross.
Just listening to chat now that bump drafting is not allowed. No bump drafting.
Yep, that is something that's prohibited in this particular series. It's all happening though for 4th place in the GT category. Svander's still holding that position, but it looks like Ryan Ruby's trying to challenge Amuda for 5th. Going on board now with the BMW M3 of Ryan Ruby, making their way out of what I believe is Paul Frere curve.
Stavlo is the second right-hander there.
Is it? I thought that was
so Paul Frere's probably the first one.
Whichever way round it is. So chat will tell us. Chat will clear it up for us. I had it the other way around.
I'm sure they will.
Svander clips the inside, grass runs wide, that's allowing Amuda to get alongside. Bit of onion barges as they squeeze each other on the run towards the chicane.
Amuda is still there, he needs to give space, they just about do. Ryan Ruby gives Amuda a nudge, that'll help him.
Yeah, a bit of a friendly move.
Not enough.
Indeed, good exit by the Lexus. And defending the inside, Amuda forced to go to the outside for the Lusail.
He's going for a cutback. Braked early, gets a good apex. And blue flags as the LM leaders approach.
Whereabouts are they?
There's a Rama coming out. It's corner now.
Yep, he's just about to catch GTR. He's going to pass GTO on the straight. He's going to catch these guys in sector 2 possibly. As a very solid run by the BMW.
Oh, just there was another nudge there, sadly, from the hitbox.
Yeah, that
caused him quite a line up. Amuda has given Svander a little nudge for speed.
Again, bump drafting isn't allowed, but...
It's hard to tell if it actually is or not.
Yeah, here comes Arama, making their way through the traffic. Gonna go on board with them, seeing how they do. Managing to pass all three of them just about for the Brussels airpin.
Just a little nudge. I don't know if he clipped the curve there or not. He did look to be clear before that. Right, Ruby trying the outside on Van der Speck. He's on the AstroTurf, he's got no grip now. Dirty tyres, and Buda's out of space again. Still angry, flashing his lights. Will the MP3 have grip for Blue on?
And he's on the marbles, he's running wide, he's just put the AstroTurf.
He's kept it on, and here comes the second Audi. Buda going for it, making the most of it.
Look at that on the outside. Fantastic stuff. Does he get it to work? He's on the inside.
Does.
Great move there by Amuda.
Bubo coming through next.
Yes, he's only third in the LM category by quite a bit. He's actually managing to stick with Rotary quite-ish well. He's only 3 or so seconds behind.
Off the track, the Audi nearly there. Back on, his passing can only round the outside of Monchelot.
Oh, apologies, I missed that one on the camera. I was still just about focusing on if there was going to be a move into the chicane. No, it looks like...
Worries.
Things are okay. Oh, very slidey on exit for the RCZ Bermuda.
It's our usual group of drivers here.
Oh dear, it's looking to maybe be 3 wide if these guys are late on the brakes.
They're always looking to be 3 wide.
I know. And on exit as well! Oh, there's contact! Oof.
It's always when I look away for a split second.
I know. There's always something going on.
Not happy again. You'd expect him to not be happy. He's been a bit bullied this race.
I know, it's tough out there for the GTs. Not least because
by
the
other
LMs,
GTs.
Yeah, I know. As a bit of a penalty for
move on
Svander. Yes, they're side by side up ahead. The
Svander brakes later. Leave space, guys. That's it. Still at it. The Muda will be trying to take advantage of this as well.
I think the M3's just got it. Yep, they go ahead. Will Svander send it through Brussels? No, they're still behind.
Being sensible at the moment. And we just have a look on the inside.
Oh,
not quite there.
3 pointy nose on that RCZ, and he's sticking it in there.
Also to note, GTO is now caught up to the back of Lynx, so the pack fighting has let him gain. Buda's pulling out of line to show his displeasure again, a couple of weaves.
Very robust defending and attacking from some of these guys. Making their way through the pit path. Mika's not around to make fun of me for that. We're up to 17 viewers. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this stream. We hope that you're enjoying the action. Again, be sure to leave a like if you are doing so. As Svander, oh, they run wide, they're spinning out! Unbelievable, he's in the wall!
F.
Oh, he's got engine damage. That is such a shame for Svander on their debut. They lost it by themselves, just running onto the AstroTurf. It might have been the dirty F from the M3 that caught him out with that. And yeah, he tried saving it. Oh, so unfortunate.
It's not easy.
Ah. He's going to have to come back from this.
Oh, something has happened to Lynx at the bus stop. I don't know if you can catch that.
Oh, Lynx, hold on. Lynx has... Well, he's not picked up any damage from anything.
He was ghosted and nearly stationary. I don't know if he overshot somewhere.
It looked like... Okay, he ran wide through Blanchemont. This allowed GTO to...
dirty tyres then. That'll be it.
Did he overshoot it? Oh yeah, he massively overshot it. I think he may have got reset as well. Yep, he got reset. That's why he was so far back.
And then he still had dirty tyres for turn 1 as well, so he went really deep there. Well, what this has done, though, is spread out our GT field a bit.
Yep, should be a little bit less
to our Amuda and GTO.
Svander, he's managed to get a little bit into that stint. Could that potentially open up a slightly different strategy for him?
It might help him make a one stop easier than before. Because depending on your tyre wear, you could be going for either a 1 or 2 stop in this race. as you might see in the pro race, the M6s were having trouble with that tyre wear, so we did 2 stops.
Yep.
Always gone for the hard tyre. That is a bold choice.
Oh. Yes, that is interesting.
That's all I will say about the hard tyre.
Like the medium is still a little bit questionable,
Any other
but
tyre,
the hard, he's not fueled up too much. Maybe he's just going to save time by using these tyres to the end, like not changing tyres on the rest of the stops. That'd be my only guess
I
for
don't
that.
think that's worth it though.
Yeah, it won't be worth it.
A tyre change is typically somewhere around 3 to 4 seconds. It varies a little bit.
Unless it was a misclick. It's interesting.
It could be, but I think the default tyre is on the left, which is the Supers.
The default, I think, is what you already have on, is what it selects.
That makes sense, yeah.
Let's check on the LMs. What's been going off here? Ram has a 9.8 second lead, as Bubo is actually in slipstream of Rotary. We're going to see a potential overtake here. To the inside goes Bubo.
He's got
plenty
a lot of
speed.
Does he have the control? Yes, good. Keep
Does
it
he
together.
have the style and the aggression?
He doesn't have the damage, which is the important thing.
Yep, still challenging, but importantly the R18 has stayed ahead as they approach the twistier sections of the second sector.
One other pair to note is GTO and Amuda are together coming out of the first corner.
How together? Because there's a very close against between these guys.
They're 2 tenths.
Okay, so they're going to be slipstreaming up the hill. We're going to check that.
Easily, yeah. Amuda has slightly pulled away going up over Rouge from Rodion, but now it's come down again.
Here we go then, rear wing cam on Amuda. GTO goes to
He's
the
already
inside.
there.
I'm surprised Amuda didn't try and defend the inside, but then again GTO already had much of an overspeed. GTO makes the move stick.
I'll also say that ahead of them, Ryan Ruby did run wide out of La Source and go over the runoff, so he would have had dirty tyres up the hill. Ryan Ruby's burning through the fuel a bit. I think he might be
Lubo goes up into second place on the back straight. That was possibly through Blanchimont, so he had the slipstream. We're going to see this again. He managed to follow. He managed to follow really close through the end of the second.
Rotary is repassing him down the pit straight due to the hybrid exit from the chicane. Bubo dives down inside to turn 1 to retake it again, but the hybrid will give it back to Rotary. He's off the track there making that pass. He's back on.
Oh, very tense stuff. We're going to see if we can get
side by side up the hill.
Oh, and Sparks being thrown again by these guys off the circuit just about. Oh, and Rotary.
How count those, they made it. They got through without damage, and they got really flat out.
Somehow they survived. That had safety car written all over it.
Thankfully, damage not quite as sensitive as it used to be for car contact.
Here we're going to see what happened then with the re-overtake. So Rotary with the hybrid system, you'll see it punch out the corner. Look at that, easy as you like. And then the Hyundai managed to get back at him in the braking zone very late on the brakes, and then the cutback from the R18.
Another update for you, Abuda went a bit deep under braking into the bus stop while being lapped by Macrian, and that's let GTO through.
Okay, so Link's in the pits meanwhile. Is that scheduled stop?
That one. It must be, yeah.
Did he pick up any damage or anything? His tyres at front are quite
no
warm.
damage, his fronts are having some issues, yeah. He's not the worst on front tyre wear, I will say. That goes to Ross and then Ryan Ruby.
Okay, so yeah, it was 3 wide with an LM in the middle. Just about, as Amuda did go straight on at the chicane. We just caught that on replay. This time he avoided getting reset.
Indeed, you get reset if you cut the inside of the left-hander, I believe, by a bit. I forget what the width is, if it's like a car, what whips.
I forget, it was... Who was it that cut it before? Was it Amuda that got reset before?
I don't know.
I was just having a double take on that. Chat will tell us.
Earlier it was Lynx, I think.
It was Lynx. That would make sense, yeah, because Lynx dropped back.
Yeah, so I think Lynx is set for doing a 2-stop. Though he might need to go longer than he did on tyres that in that stint.
If he isn't doing a two-stop, then why is he doing it on regular softs, is my question.
Maybe he thinks he'll get some better tyre life out of them. A bit less understeer.
What was Otis the Cow once said? Perhaps. Someone has span at the pit entry.
Oh.
Is that... Who was that? Was that just out the final
That is
corner?
Sven de Spec.
Sven de Spec.
13th place.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can catch that again. I have no idea how on earth.
I didn't see that until you called it. I don't know. Well, he's been off track, I can tell you, because he's having dirty tyre issues.
Yeah, we're watching it. We've managed to catch the replay, so...
Did he outbrake himself maybe and then get over a sausage curb?
He just lit up the rears in the second part of the chicane and span.
That's surprising given he does have traction control on.
That was really strange.
Oh, I just saw people swap positions there. Who was that? No idea.
Is that
but the order did
Rotary
change on the
getting
left.
ahead? Or... Oh no, he was already ahead. Uber.
Something shifted, but I've got no idea what.
James is ahead of Macrian again. I saw that earlier. Tribe is about to be lapped by Macrian. Macrian goes by.
I've got a nice braking marker on the track after the exit of Pillon. But that might only be on my screen.
Who's close? Okay, no one's too close to each other really. I think it might have been just as the timing updated itself. Maybe.
It could have been, yeah. Oh, I see Svander has updated, sorry, not updated, he's pitted again to go on softs. He realised that the hards were not worth it.
Yep, so he switched strategy, but that's going
Better
to put him
to
very
switch
far
sooner
back.
than later. He realised in time.
But he's gone off into the gravel.
Held it together, but just remember your dirty tyres. Keep it together.
He's 55 seconds back
does.
from links, but you never know. Well, with you know, it's still been quite a long race to go. Could see some incidents.
We've
We
seen
hope not.
many
But
chances of a safety car so far, but not quite there.
that's a fair point. It does take just one safety car, and Svender gets right back into this.
However, this is what we said with Tribe last race, and it never happened. Poor Tribe.
I know, sad times. Well, you say poor Tribe. He is currently in the lead still of the GT category.
This could be his redemption.
It's about time as well.
Yep. He's looking okay on tyres as well. I think other than GTO, he's one of the best on tyres, yeah.
He's able to be quite conservative, and he's also had clear air as well, so tyres aren't going to be scrubbing as much in the dirty air. So good work there by Tribe. We'll see if we can keep it together. Canoni in second, Ross in third. All the GTs do seem to be a bit spread out now. Ryan is in fourth, GTO in fifth, as Arama's about to lap these guys again. Fastest lap, by the way, is Arama with a 158.063. I'm not sure who's the fastest GT, but I suspect it'll be Tribe.
I'll tell you in a second.
Sure thing.
It is Tribe. That was done very early in the race because I remember seeing him do that, like in the second or third lap. 16.0.
Well, that's very solid pace there by the Mercedes.
Yeah, the next best is about 8 tenths off with Canoni.
So everything, and as soon as I say this, things are going to start breaking loose again. It's all starting to settle down a little bit. I now cut to... has he actually?
He hit the wall but no damage, he got it slowed down enough.
Okay. We're going to check that
I think
again.
he went a bit wide mid-corner, the AstroTurf pulled in wide, and then he just slid with dirty tyres towards the barrier.
Here it is on board. Yeah... It wasn't a case of he carried too much speed, it was a case of getting on the throttle too early, yeah.
It's just what I called the end of, so I have to kind of guess how it happened. Right, the Muda is in drift mode at the moment, that'll be due to his rear tyres.
Yep, they're not looking in best of condition. We're approaching what we think will be around the point for most of the two stops.
Yeah, for LM, I think they would have. Yeah, they would have already done their first stop if they were doing two.
Yes, so what, all of LM are looking to do one stop from here at least.
However, looking at some people's tyre wear,
Rotary's gone off.
I wouldn't say anything. Rotary, he has. He's under pressure from Bubo, that's why. And he's going to have dirty tyres all the way, maybe even into the bus stop. Bubo's going to have a run. He's in slipstream.
Yep, that's going to be
Big
really
gains
encouraging for him as well. Will he try and outbrake? He goes for the send of the century! And he gets it stopped as well.
He does know his braking point. Oh, Rotary was signalling he was pissing with the indicator, that's what that was. I did wonder why he put it on. I thought maybe he was saying to Muda, I'm going to the right, but no, he's fitted. And yeah, Rotary was the driver I was hinting at had bad tyre wear.
Well, so the timing of that, well done.
Yeah, his fronts are not looking good. Arama seems to have made the better choice going for softs rather than supers.
Yeah, for once, the softs are wearing less than the supers.
Though it may just be a setup choice. Something that's more aggressive on the fronts.
A bit more GT lacquery going on as Bubo finds himself up into second place at the moment. They could be net second place actually if Rotary has to do one more stop.
Yeah, because Bubo's still looking good on tyres.
And fuel.
Yes. He's better on fuel than Arama, definitely. James looks to be good for making the one stop. He's still going well.
Yeah, it's been a great recovery drive from him after the mistake on the formation lap. He's managing to salvage something good out of this.
Yeah. A couple of laps ago, Macri set their personal best lap, so found a bit of pace.
Yeah,
after the issues earlier.
Just in a rhythm now. They're pretty much by themselves on the circuit. They're at the top end of the track.
Ross is struggling with his front tyres.
Oh,
as
yes.
is Ryan Ruby. Ryan Ruby is the same on front tyres.
So those guys are going to be very careful that they don't clip the AstroTurf from understeer.
Yeah, and if they clip it with the rear, that's just going to go round.
There's some stuff going off. There's a few arrows that are close together. That's 13th was Fender, and I think he's about to be lapped by Tribe, is what that is.
Yes. It's not quite there yet, so you can carry on for now. The closest on track battles, I suppose that would be Ross, Ryan Ruby and GTO within about 2.5 seconds of each other.
Here we see them.
One guard to another.
Yeah, all three in the camera shot, and also Amuda just in the background, we caught.
Yeah, but GTO has the best tyre life out of these three, so we should be gaining on them. And looking at lap times, he is by a decent amount.
He is on 3% ballast though, compared to the two ahead of him on no ballast.
Ryan Ruby has burned through a bit more fuel than the others. That's due to his gearing being a bit short. 6 gears getting into the rev limiter quite early. Or off the edge of the rev bar, I should say. Not the rev limiter, because that doesn't exist in the top gear.
He's also hitting those foam bollards. You've got to be very careful of that, because they can send the car up into the air. We saw that earlier with a motor, although that might have just been on our screen. Who's in the pits, actually? Someone's in the pits.
That is James. He's picked up front damage, aero and left front suspension.
That must have been by himself if he didn't call MD.
Sector.
Unfortunately, we've missed it.
It was somewhere in Sector 2. That's all I can say.
Clip the AstroTurf, maybe?
Somewhere, yes, but I don't know where. It doesn't seem like poo on that. Would be more likely to end up in the front right?
Well, he's 10 seconds back from Macrian now.
Yes, he did lose about 15 seconds from that in the middle sector. Plus, design pitting and time loss in sector 3.
Yeah, the time driving back to the pits. So So that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate for James because he was looking good to make this back onto the podium.
23 seconds the gap between first and second in the LM category. Arama running away with it at the moment. The others seem to be just making slight errors. Not quite on the pace of Arama this time.
It's only the top two that haven't pitted at the moment in LM.
There's that too. So these guys are definitely trying to stretch for the one stop. In fact, they might be coming in this lap if they're going for the one stop. It's around the halfway marker.
End of this lap, they would have completed 15 racing laps, so yes, I think that makes sense.
It's around that. If you're going to get a slight undercut.
This is the time to do it. You could do one lap less when you have more fuel in the car. That's what makes sense to me. And then do the extra lap when there's less fuel, less weight, you'll be better on tyres hopefully.
Tribe are only 10 seconds ahead of Canoni, 10.7, nearly 10.8, oh, goes down a little bit. Canoni, there's an LM coming up to lap, and that is rotary. He's got 12 seconds over Ross. So
I think we need an F for Ross's tyres here.
Oh dear. Oh dear. We've seen worse, but not much worse.
He's really trying to make this go to one stop. So at the end of this lap, he should be okay to pit.
Yes. What I think a lot of the GTs might be doing that are trying the one stop is they're just waiting to see when the LM leaders come in, to see when they're at their halfway mark, and then judge it by there if they haven't done the calculation in advance.
Well, it would have been this lap, but Arama and Bubo seem fine and have carried on.
Yeah, especially Bubo looking very good on tyre wear.
Rotary setting some personal bests. I'll see if he sets the fastest lap this time or not.
It's going to be close.
Not quite.
No, not quite. Personal best.
It's about 4 temps off. Yeah, another personal best. Bubo has gained on the Arama. I think he may have made a mistake somewhere. Gap is 21 now. Well, good to speed the tyres.
Possibly.
Oh, is that contact? Amuda's in the wall.
Amuda's in the wall?
Amuda.
Oh, hold on.
No damage for Lynx. Amuda, only front aero and suspension on one side.
Well, we're going to see.
I did not see the cause of it, I just saw the moment that Amuda went spearing off.
So Lynx went off at Pawn, he went over the AstroTurf, and then Amuda seemed to run into the back of him. Well, it's only 2 points of damage, so still green.
I'll let them know. Okay, Ross and GTO have pitted.
No, I'm doing still green.
I'm just checking, keeping the field updated.
Okay.
Amuda is paused. Unpaused now. Arama is also in the pits now. Will Bubo follow him in? I'll keep an eye on that. Amuda has made the pit lane. Yep, Bubo pits as well from behind Arama. Bubo with 10 litres more left.
Okay, that's as clear as I'm going to make it at the moment. Anything else will have to be discussed post-race. Indeed, the leaders are in.
Yes, Rotary should jump ahead of Bubo again with this pit stop.
He's going through the bus stop chicane.
Yeah, Arama should be leaving right now. There he goes. Bubo's only just pulled into his box, so yes, I think Rotary will be ahead. He's already on the source.
That is Amuda coming out the pits.
So new lead gap in LM is just about 7.5 seconds.
Tribe in.
Coming down. Yeah, Tribe stretched out nicely. He couldn't have gone further on fuel. Maybe, but it would have been pushing it. Canoni also in.
Something's going off at the chicane. I don't know if that's just Lappery, or yeah, I think it is
The
Lappery.
Buddha is paused, presumably typing.
Well, he should already know that he's not allowed to type excessively during the race. If you could tell him that, at least.
I don't think he'll be saying anything else.
Okay.
Because he's carried on driving after sending the last one.
Tribe exits the pits on that one-stop strategy. All going according to plan for him. As Kanoni exits the pits, he stays in second in the GT category.
So on warm tyres, Rotary has pulled back another second through the lap panorama. The gap is now 6.3.
Another gap to potentially look out for in the near future.
James and Macron are fighting for position through Brussels.
Okay, checking that. I was going to say there was
James
something.
ahead.
James does get ahead. We're going to see
I
a
don't know if he
replay on
was
that
ahead,
shortly.
but that's where he is at the moment.
I think it was 8th and 9th. Ross and Ryan, those two were getting a bit close together in GT.
They
maybe
are
a second and a bit.
1.6 between them. Oh, Ross has just done a massive jump and landed like nothing happened. That was quite the thing to see.
So James was behind, and he did get the overtake, going through the Brussels and then finishing it at Ix. So good work there by James.
Yeah, new fastest lap by Rotary with 57.773.
Yeah, he's turning up the
Lead
whip.
gap is now 5.4.
That is coming down a bit, isn't it? Although that might just be because Arama has only just managed to get onto those tyres.
They do also have different fuel loads.
He's being held up a bit. He's being patient.
Oh, I
through
saw
this
that,
traffic.
yeah. Lynx didn't have a good line through there. Has he fitted?
Lynx?
No, he's not fitted yet. He's gone wide at Thorn again.
He has. That was exactly what he did at that led to the Amuda contact, but of course Amuda not there. But he oversteered a bit more.
He'll have no grip for here now. There it goes, using
The
itself
car's
wide.
pushing really wide. I don't know whether he was just leaving the
that's
space
just
for
dirty
the LM
tyres.
or... Yeah.
And it should be okay now. Let's see. Nope, not yet.
Oh, he's just
He's
constantly
kept
going
two
up.
wheels on the curb. Okay, he should be okay now.
The tyres aren't
Yeah,
that
it's
sharp
fixed.
compared to what we've seen some of the other drivers with. But they just
His
seem
issue
like-
was just once he went off at Pion, it gave him dirty tyres, and he had that all the way through to Stavelo.
You just couldn't find that rhythm again with the dirt on the tyres. And once you lose your rhythm through Sector 2, it's very difficult to get it back.
Yeah. It's hard to know exactly how long the dirt's going to stay on the tyres, so you sort of have to guess a bit. Well, he's carrying on though, no need to pit yet, he says.
Personal best by 0.6 of a second for Amuda after they've
Nice
pitted.
one. Ross has also done the personal best lap over 17 flat. He needs that because Ryan Ruby's doing about the same pace right behind him.
Yeah, that gap is pretty much the same. It's come down by maybe a tenth or so. We'll have to see which of the two cars is a little bit better on tyres later into the stint.
Further ahead, Tribe to Canoni is less than it was earlier because Tribe has filled up more on the stop than Canoni did. It's 6.5 seconds. I think it was about double that earlier, if I remember right.
It was up to around 10 seconds. Macron in the pits.
pits. No damage, this looks scheduled.
Yep, so
Tyres
they,
are at about that point.
they must have been on a two-stop then, were they?
They had damage early on.
Right, so this is
pitted
their
on-
first stop
I think it was
after
like
that.
yes, they pitted like 3 or 4 I believe to eventually fix it.
So it's just fueling up. Where will he rejoin?
Well, Svander's just finished his pit stop as well. He's back out on supers. He did not take any fuel.
What's Vander?
He has 13 litres left in the tank.
That must have been a misclick then. Easy done, we've seen it before in the series.
It's the dreaded double click.
He's about to be
Careful
overtaken by Macrian. Yep.
That's a safety doing that, fair enough.
Yeah. That
If we were following actual rules, that wouldn't be allowed, but, you know, we're not.
He gets a corner cut penalty anyway then, Macrian, so that pretty much balances that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see Lynx carries on. Who is close together? Still GCI and Ryan Ruby close.
Is that battle for 10th? 9th and 10th.
It is, 9th and 10th. Bubo going through them.
That's Ryan up ahead, looking at the onboard from GTO's Lexus. He's got 0.2 second penalty. If anything,
should get rid of itself slowly over the race.
If anything, I think Ross has started to get a bit more of a gap over Ryan. So
yeah, he has now. Ryan's had a slow last lap compared to what he's been doing. He lost nearly 3 seconds.
That must have been a mistake then. That might have been also the same mistake that got them the penalty, although difficult to tell. What's going off in LM again? Bit of lappery there as Aroma makes their way past the GT leader. Fred?
Yeah, that was Roach. You're right, sorry, yeah, I was looking at the wrong car for a second. Arama passing Svander, who's still just holding on to the lead lap. The GTs. I'm sure he's had permanent blue flags for about the last 5 laps there.
Yep. You could type a reminder to...
The Tribe is now in slipstream. I think he should be able to get him this lap.
Okay.
Also Svander, yeah, he's letting through.
Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, because Svander is new to the series, I didn't know if they knew the blue flags are different for the different categories.
He also did not pit for his fuel yet. He's doing another lap.
That's an interesting...
Oh, LM is stuck behind them. Is that...
Oh, that's
Rotary stuck
Rotary.
behind them? Yeah, he's lost the lap sign there.
You have to be patient. He manages to go right of one, left of the other. Svander's got a 0.5 penalty for all the goings on there.
Yeah. I think Rotary lost about a second and a half. Yeah, 1.6 down on his best through the sector.
Oh, Svander. Oh, they've looped it as well. They've got to be careful with the rejoin.
No, I missed that. He's ghosted at the moment. He can reverse us down the outside of the corner.
He's very sensibly there. It looked like he initially reversed, but then realised there was traffic. So, well done, Svander. I know, unfortunate the spin happened at all, but there's a good safe rejoin and a good example of that.
Fortunately, no damage as well off that. And another fortunate thing is that the ghosting will kick in when you're reversing. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, so Arama's Rotary is now 7.7 after that, and Arama's on the personal best lap. Actually, it's a purple lap.
Also, it could be a new best. We'll have to see how that goes for Arama.
Bubo's just gone past Tribe. So, your first to second and second to third is about the same gap of 8 seconds.
So will Arama take back the fastest lap of the race? It remains
He was
to be
looking good
seen.
to do.
Yes.
And just about does.
Half a tenth in it. It's a 157.722 for RBZ Arama. It looks almost like he's going to lap Macrian there. I think that was Macrian up the road. Yep, just going through
is
Rouge
going up
Radion.
Rouge Radion now, yep.
So we could see a bit of LM lappery from the end of this. Macrian having a bit of an unfortunate race again. Again, some drivers just have really, really bad luck. Hopefully his luck does turn. As soon as I say that, he goes straight on. Oh, sorry, curse of the commentator. He rejoins
He's about to get that
Arama.
now, he lets him through sensibly. Yep,
Good
that's good.
stuff.
Careful, dirty size Macrian.
Okay, we're going to see the telemetry here. Was it brake failure? Because that was very strange how he just went straight on.
It's something I missed, so he's having a little bit of lag now.
It seemed like he just outbroke himself. The brakes didn't kick in fully at one stage. It still went to half. I couldn't tell if that was like a start trail braking, but then he backed out of it.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of lag, but I don't know if that's it. Oh, Svan just realised he's out of fuel.
Yep,
He's currently at Lacom.
He's been
Yeah,
reset.
so you get reset taking the escape road. It's an unfortunate part of the game.
So he's just going to have to stay out the way of everyone. He couldn't have realised then that he didn't take any fuel.
I think he just forgot to think about fuel in general. He's doing his best to stay out of the way anyway.
Yeah, fair play to
But
him.
this will be a painful lap.
Of all
painful
places
lap.
as well, the first sector to run out of fuel is never ideal. If you're at least at, say, the bus stop, you can pretty much just dive in straight away. Maybe lose a few
I don't
seconds.
think he realised until the red fuel icon actually started flashing. I forget what percent it flashes at, but it's very low.
It's 10% it starts flashing it.
I thought it only went red at 10 and then flashed later.
I think it, well, it'll come up on the screen anyway, like you have 1.1 litres of fuel, like in red text in the middle of the screen.
It'll do that when you cross the line, yeah, that's probably what he realised.
Right, rotary in the
He is
pits
pulled
off.
off.
What, is into the side of the track?
Yes.
Is he continuing to the pits, or...?
He is parked up. Yeah, he's just stopped at Premier. Oh, he's carried on.
Okay, that was just a type.
He was well out of the way when he typed it, he made sure.
Okay, that's fair play.
Yeah, he's doing his best to stay out of the way and make it back. That's all I can say at the moment. Let's have a quick check on gaps. Actually, I'll just watch this for a second. We're about to be lapped. Bubo behind. Looking to the inside. We're just going to be off the track because of that. Yeah, back on. Those guys from Budo, be careful.
Sorry.
And a penalty for his trouble. That's unfortunate.
So what was going on with the mood there? Was that just lappery?
No, just being lapped. And because he couldn't quite take his line, he ended up wide at fill on. Got dirty tyres and a penalty for his trouble. Biggs has finally decided to pit.
Yes, he's in from 11th overall. We're coming to the closing stages of the race. We've already had, what would it have been, like, maybe 5 minutes? No, 5 minutes taken away from that, so 47 minutes, possibly, of racing? Around that, 45.
We did miss the rotary has made his second stop now.
Yes, I did manage to catch that, just about.
Okay, I didn't at all.
Yeah, so rotary drops back behind Bubo Lubo, but Bubo is expected to go to the end. His tyres are looking
As
very
is
good.
Arama. Arama's tyres looking very similar.
Yeah, so what has happened to rotary that he's just... Did he
it's
just
just
choose a
that-
different strategy, or did something
I
force
assume
him
he's
onto
just
that?
done a different strategy, yeah. I don't know if he got damaged because I didn't see the pit stop.
No, it didn't seem like he did at the time, so...
At the moment he's still looking safe to finish third at least, because James behind might need to make another stop for tyres. Help? Where is he?
Oh, hold on. Oh, he's just, I think he's just waiting to, for the traffic to go away. He's still parked up and typing. Can't he?
Did it reset him or something? I missed what's happened here. Oh, he's got reset on the inside of the
Yeah,
bus stop.
so
That
try
might be
again.
preventing him from going to the pits. Let's see, he's coasting to the pits.
Yep. If it does reset him, I don't think it would have put him there. I think it would have started him at like the start-finish line or so. Was it just that it's uphill that the car
I don't know.
couldn't make it? He's nearly there.
It'll take, if he's going too slow, it'll reset him here.
Oh, is that it? He's nearly
He's to
there.
go faster or he's about to get reset.
Oh
if it
no.
resets him, he's got to do another lap.
He's in. He's in.
in the pits.
Thank goodness. That might have been a safety car if the pits were blocked, but
Ghosting did take over.
yeah, okay. So thank goodness Svender's managed to
I
find
don't know
his
if
way
he
back.
knows that you can still drive at 50 miles an hour when you're out of fuel in GC. Let's see, lead gap update in LM is 13.5 seconds now, around to Bubo. Different tyres, slightly different fuel loads. We've got a rather on softs, Bubo and Supers. We set fastest lap last time round, 57.201.
I think we've got 6.5 laps to go if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct on that.
Well done, me.
So that gap is slowly coming down, but it would take a mistake or two out of Arama for anything to really happen.
Well, we've seen many things already so far this race. Who knows what will happen? But so far, the leaders, at least, in both categories, have had it pretty smooth.
I think Rotary may have pitted again recently.
Yes, he... wait. What, as in, again... I know he pitted, like, maybe 5 or so laps ago now, but...
Maybe I saw something just happened last lap and he's had a slow one. He's had a 2 minute... Actually, yeah, that's too quick to be a pit stop, so he's just had a weird last lap.
Yeah, He's purple now,
this one, though.
You know what it might be? He might have been saving up the hybrid, so he's going to go for fastest lap to get the point. That might be it.
Could be. Well, he's 3 tenths purple here, but that's roughly how much Bubo gains through the last sector, so it's going to be close.
I was going to say, when did Bubo get the fastest lap? That's a 157.201 for them.
Yes, it was lap 25.
Very impressive, but will it be beaten?
Last lap around, he was only 2 tenths off of that. He's just picked up a penalty through Radion though, but he's already got rid of some of that.
156.914 for Rotary. They take the fastest lap.
He retakes it. That seems like it'd be pretty safe to me there.
Well, unless, who knows, James might go into the pits and try something.
James is the last person who could take it away from him if he did, yeah.
He's got enough of a gap, but I'm not sure if he'd want to stay out just to, in case there's a mistake up ahead.
We also don't know if he thinks he actually has the pace to beat it.
Yeah,
He might not. Check GT Fuel says, why about? Let's have a look. Everyone is above quarter of a tank, so I think...
Tribe has played it very
right.
safe. He's on half
Tribe
tank.
has. Yeah, there's 3 people on... Hang on, let me check this properly before I say.
Okay, everyone, according to this, I think is above a quarter of a tank, and we've got...
yeah, there are 4 people who are just above a quarter.
So everyone should, in theory, be okay for fuel to the end. Everyone just playing it safe today.
Arama's just started lap 28, so it's 5 laps to go. So that's the most they'll have to do in GT.
Yeah, you should be able to easily do that on a quarter of a tank. Oh, the sparks being thrown up the hill. Fantastic scenes.
That'll be a Hyundai again, yeah.
Bubo about to lap
coming
Matt, I
up.
think.
Yes, and also a slowing Toyota, get rid of the penalty.
Okay, was that just getting rid of the penalty? Yes, because we just.
It was also
fuel.
letting him through safely, but yeah, doing both together.
I was gonna say, I got a bit scared there. We've seen cars going slow before and it being them out of fuel, but we did check.
We did. Well, tyres are once again going to be an issue for some of the GCs.
Is that said Toyotas? Ross again looking quite burnt.
Actually, no. I wasn't referring to them, but they're getting there. I'm referring to a BMW.
Oh, yes, Ryan. Fronts on that M3.
The left front is very, very sad.
Oh dear. Surprised that's not deflating. Well, the one thing it will be deflating are probably their hopes to catch GTO ahead.
It did say that he was getting a lot of understeer issues with the car.
This might be why.
Showing up on the tyres.
GTO. I think did GTO actually get past them? Because GTO's on decently fresher tyres. They must
Yes,
have
he must have. That must have been within the last lap.
Last lap or last few laps at least.
Well, the last lap there was a 3-second difference in the lap times. That's basically the gap between them.
Ah, okay. So apologies we missed that overtake. At least we clocked on that there was
Nobody expects a 3-second gap to close up that soon.
That might have even been a mistake from the BMW, but difficult to tell. The leaders in both categories lapping each other again. Oh, well, the LM lapping the GT at least.
Yes, that confirms there'll be 4 laps for Tribe including this one.
And hopefully, again, hopefully no curse to the commentators, but everything has been going very well for Tribe today. Hopefully he'll be able to keep this result after what's been a very tricky start to the season for him.
Cannoni's been staying within range, but not quite there. He's just 8.5 seconds back.
Yeah, it's been like that pretty much the whole race, so...
And Tribe did play it very safe on fuel this time as well. That's played a part into that.
Ross, again not looking that great on tyres towards the end of this, but again not as bad as the BMW M3.
Yeah, I think if Ryan continues to the end, he'll actually have no left front tyre left.
He's got to be careful about just staying on the track then, if that's the case. Who's in ninth? It's GTO.
And Muda is pitting, he might be in for fastest lap.
That's a point. We could see some of the GT.
He was 1.9 behind Lynx, and I guess he's decided he's not going to pass him by the end, so he's going for fastest lap.
Oh, that's a surprise call.
Lynx did have newer tyres. Maybe Lynx got past the Muda, I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah, I think Lynx put himself back a bit in the early stages of the race, so Lynx might have got past a Muda. We know that Lynx was still involved.
They were together when they had the incident.
Yes.
And the Muda dropped back from that, so who knows. Anyway, he's leaving the pits now. He's just charged across the pit line there, nearly into centre spec.
Hold on, I'm going to check that. Was that all 4 wheels?
That wasn't him. Or what was it? Yeah, it was. I was looking at the wrong car for a second. It was a Muda.
We're going to check this then. We've got a decent camera this time around. Have we?
I will say Muda is paused again.
Yep. Oh, that was... Yeah, that's definitely unsafe. His wheel failed.
His wheel failed. That is more understandable. Because you normally wouldn't take that line out of the pits even if you were going across the line.
I was going to say, even though there was a mechanical failure, it's still considered dangerous, is the thing. I know it wasn't his fault, because it was his wheel's fault, but it is still his
James
wheel.
is pitted in LM, going for fastest lap in that class.
Yes, indeed. So he's deciding to try that out. Might as well give it a shot, I suppose. Peugeot should be quite quick around this circuit, but it doesn't seem to materialise for him. Maybe it's that ballast that's played into that.
Will Bubo have enough fuel to make it to the end?
Is he the closest on fuel? Yes.
Yeah. He also briefly went off track there, he might have dirty tyres.
Oh, and into the wall heavily! That is 5th place, that is Macrian. He's picked up a load of damage as he was trying to lap link.
Of the car, I did not see what happened.
It was just in the background of shot. Here it was. So at least he's got back to the pits. So he tried the outside.
It's a good place to have an accident.
Yep. He ran over the AstroTurf trying to go around the outside of the Corvette and heavily into the wall, and then managed to find his way back into the pits. Gonna have to watch that pit entry actually, because that seemed like it was close to being a cut before we unfortunately cut away from that. That's something to check post-race, as we always do. But Mac in the pits.
I think the thing for me to watch is Bubo's fuel.
Now that could be really crucial. If Bubo loses out to Rotary because he has to pit for fuel, that will be heartbreak on Bubo's debut here.
He does still have a pretty big gap. I think he'd be okay if he does pit. If he runs out, then there's an issue.
So we'll probably be mix-sixing, using the handbrake in braking time.
He has dropped about 5 or 6 seconds to a Rama.
Yeah, so he's at least realised that he's running a bit low on fuel. So we probably aren't going to see a repeat. I say this.
Yeah, he's
earlier.
doing all the fuel-saving things.
What happened earlier with Svenda.
Short shifting, low mix, high number mix. He's doing it all. Just making it to the end.
About to start their final lap of the race. The final lap of the race, I should say.
Yes. And this is the lap where people are going to be sitting their fastest lap if they can. Actually, James will have 2 tries. He's got lap 31 and 32.
Yep, Sparks again being thrown up the hill.
Let's once again pay our respects to everyone's front tyres. We'll look at Canoni, then we'll look at Ross, which are worse, and then of course we've got Ryan Ruby.
Oh dear. Yeah, Ryan's about to be lapped by James. James being very patient. He's also got
It's not good for James's fastest lap attempt.
Yeah, James is going to have to try and find some clear air if he can. I think he has got a bit of clear air now. He's ahead of the BMW.
Yeah, his issue is he'll close off a lot of that.
Unless he decides to deliberately back off and try that fastest lap.
We could do, let's see, Canoni starting his lap. Everyone moving on to the final lap now. Bubo's going to have to keep saving.
Will he
has
make
maybe
it?
2 or 3% left.
Another thing as well, as we saw with Van der Spek, rather, it's uphill, that final sector, so that could be even more of a pain if you're low on fuel and trying to coast up the hill.
Oh, here's a Rama up to Ryan Ruby, gets through no problem. And it should be a clear track for him all the way to the finish.
Yep, we're watching RBZ Rama. Another fantastic race by them. Qualified on pole position and is looking set to take a very commanding win here today. Making his way through the bus stop chicane for the final time. The Paradox with Rebellion partnership takes the win. It is RBZ Rama taking the win in the LM category for NES Season 6 and Split Round 3. Congratulations to them.
Okay, Ryan Ruby has crossed the line, he's finished.
Yes, that is
place,
fifth in
his
GT.
tyre manages to get to the end. All 5% of it.
Bubo Lubo comes on in 2nd place on their debut. They did make it on fuel. Very impressive drive towards the end of that stint. Next to be
How are the fast lap attempts going though? James is on the personal best, about to pass GTO in a lucky place. Yep, he can get him into the hairpin. Who else fitted for fastest lap? It was Muda. He's on the personal best. Amuda is further around the lap, so I'll keep an eye on him.
Yep, Rotary comes across the line. They take third place. Another good points haul for them. Lynx comes across the line now. Takes sixth in GT.
Amuda currently is second up on himself, but it's not purple.
Well, it wouldn't be purple because of
the
LMs.
I realised eventually.
As Tribe comes across the line, Tribe is our winner in the GT category. Congratulations to them.
Yep, well done to Tribe.
Kanoni will come across the line to take second, and Amuda, there you see them in the background, a lap down.
Amuda needs to beat a 15.9. And he does not. Not quite there.
So no fastest lap that time around.
James is approaching the chicane. Will he get fastest lap? I don't quite think he's there.
No, he's not.
No, he has not made it.
Personal best though, at least. So there's that. Ross comes across the line. They take third place here today. So a second and third for the Toyota TRD team.
And lastly, GTO brings it across in one place Primes Motors, so fourth for them. There's your list of people who got penalties, and there it goes.
Oh, what a race that was! Congratulations to RB Zedarama and of course Tribe Racing for winning here today.
Needless to say, Stuart's going to be busy after this one.
Yep, I've got the replay saved. Here are your results at the end of that then. It was 19.6 seconds the gap at the end of things, as Bubo had to save fuel. But Arama taking the win. Yes, hi in the chat, wait.
TSL Wake in the chat.
RBZ Arama taking the win for Paradox Sim Sport Rebellion. Bubo Lubo taking second place. Congratulations to them on their debut to the series. Rotary having to settle for third. James fourth in the end. A good recovery in light of them picking up damage, of course, on the formation lap. A bit of a facepalm moment there. Macrian having to settle for fifth. Tribe took the win in the GT category. We can't quite see the gaps, but I believe it was around 8 or 9 seconds between them and Kanoni. Kanoni taking second for Toyota TRD, and third for Toyota TRD was Unknown Rossasaur, so good result by them. So Kanoni, Ross and Tribe all taking their first podiums of the season. GTO takes fourth place, so of course they're in one of the championship battles, so staying just about away from the success ballast could be effective for them. Ryan Ruby on their return, they take fifth place in the end after cooking their front tyres to death. Lynx, a rather disappointing race perhaps for them. They'll be hoping for better next time out. They took sixth place, and seventh place, as I just scroll a little bit, was Amuda in the RCZ. Things again didn't work out for them with picking up damage after that incident. And Svanderspec, it all sort of just fell apart really, unfortunately for them. But they'll be back, no doubt. They'll learn from this and come back stronger.
Yep, this time they'll pay for some fuel.
It's not that bad of an idea. Rotary took the fastest lap in the end for the LM category. It was a 1:56.914.
And I believe it was Tribe who took the GT one still in the end.
Joe. Anyway, I'll see you in the other chat in a bit. Wake, I'm fine, thanks. How are you, Wake? You better have liked the stream, as has everyone else. Everyone better like the stream. So,
are you going to shoot me if I haven't?
So, guys, if you could just check your voice share settings in advance, that would be much appreciated.
I know my voice chat
Yeah,
settings,
we're all-
perhaps.
Oof. What a race that was. So, where do we begin? Who do we interview first? Who's around? Joe's finally joined back with us, that's good to know. Race winner.
Earlier, but it takes a while to talk to you.
I know. RB Zedorama, are you there?
Give him a second, he's just joined.
It says that he's got a mic connected at least.
Oh, I can hear him.
Ah, okay. Arama, a fantastic win here today, taking the pole position, fastest lap, and the race win, of course. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, of course I'm happy. It was a simple race actually. I didn't expect I have this much pace today. I honestly thought that the non-hybrids were going to destroy me on the straights, but I had better downforce in the corners, and that was it basically.
Yes, again, it must have come as a bit of a surprise. This really, of course, helps your championship aspirations as well, of course, and the team's championship with your teammate coming in third today.
Yeah, of course. We take it by the race. I don't like to think that far yet, but it's good for the championship, of course, and for the team, and I'm happy overall.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the result, and we hope to see you next time out in Tokyo.
Of course. Yep.
Who else do we have around? Do we have... Is Tribe around? Tribe is around. Tribe, are you there? Tribe, congratulations! You finally got some good luck this season.
Yeah, sure did.
Congratulations. Again, everything seemed to go just so smoothly for you. Again, it was fastest lap, we were told, pole position, of course, and the race win.
Yeah, pretty sure it was a 15 as well, which is pretty good. But yeah, I had a bit of a moment on the last lap, but yeah, it's pretty good from there, really.
Yeah, awesome stuff. The car, did it really just seem to click for you as well with setups? Because there were some other guys out there that were low, without any ballast, I should say. But you seem to get the best out of all of them.
Yeah, I mean the setup was pretty good actually. Yeah, it was like on rails really much better than Nervo for sure. When I binned it on lap 1 and then messed up the pit, but you know.
Well, awesome to hear from you, and congratulations on the result. We hope to see you next time out at Tokyo as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Stop laughing!
I'm just laughing at myself because I'm an asshole. Just making fun of John because he can't play a mic.
Wow. Unbelievable scenes. Who else wants an interview?
Ross.
Ross! I take that as he's quite shy, if you're just going to volunteer him for that.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Fine.
Ross, a podium result here today. You must be quite happy with that, and of course, happy for the team, because it was a double podium.
Yeah, getting a 2 and 3 was good. Although it was like the probably the most boring race, being so far behind Adam and a fair way ahead of GTO. But it was alright. Yeah, decent point haul.
Awesome. Again, we've seen that the Toyota seems to be quite good for fuel saving, with of course you being able to short shift a bit more. I've no idea. You could be using an auto gearbox for all I know, but did you think that may have also helped with your team's chances here today? Because everyone seemed to be stretching for the one stop, or at least that seemed to be the optimum strategy.
Yeah, I think me and Adam managed to actually time, at least guess like the amount of fuel quite well, because we both pretty much ran out of fuel going over the line.
Yeah, I'd run out of fuel just after the bus stop, and I had to like freewheel it to the line.
But yeah, I think the short shifting definitely helped.
Yeah, well, congratulations again on a fantastic result. Kanoni, I will go to you now, of course. Second place it was for you here today.
The loneliest race I've ever done.
Was there anything more that you think you could have got? Maybe something in the setup that could have put you a bit closer to Tribe on pace?
Well, we did some races with Swablu, like a couple days ago.
Well, that's your problem.
Like...
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, he was in the Super as well, and he was saying like mid-15s, so there was definitely more we could have gotten out of the car, but we didn't have much like motivation, and we didn't want to be like trying too hard, because that would have made us look like sweats, like Leo. So, but yeah, I think overall, like, we were basically doing what we were really comfortable with. We've done like an ungodly amount of setup, and practice and everything for this one race compared to the rest of the races. So that's probably the biggest reason why we did so well in this race. Because it's like Spa is probably the one track on the calendar that I'm comfortable with.
But everyone's comfortable with Tokyo in the wet, right?
I know. I was gonna say,
I'm so uncomfortable that I'm not going to like take part. I'm biking around Silverstone to like avoid it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was gonna ask you before, of course, you broke that news. I assume at least your teammate's gonna be racing, right? Or are they?
Yeah,
not
I'm
around, so?
racing.
Okay, so what exactly would you expect for that race at Tokyo? It's again another very high-speed track. Will it suit the Super, do you think?
Well, it's quite unstable in low-speed corners, so I'd probably say no. Within the
Sit in
rain.
a slip and slide.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not very good in the road anyway, so it's kind of one of those, I think.
We just
You
got
could say it'll be a bit of Tokyo Drift.
Oh no!
I've been waiting to say that all night.
Yes, it's going to be pity points for me, I think.
Oh dear. I don't believe this. This is an absolute shambles. But nevertheless, congratulations to both of you on that.
Wake has a question for you in the chat.
I'm sure Wake does have a question for me.
Shall I read it for you?
Whatever.
Do you start the race on the tyres you qualify on?
I think we did.
Well, yeah.
I hate my
I'm gonna
life.
take that question at face value.
I hate my life so much.
Ignoring the NES5 meme question.
Yeah.
Wake, why must you always do this to me? Why? Anyway, congratulations again to the TRD team on a double podium.
I'd like to thank John for BNS for the last 2 weeks annoying me while we were practicing. Yeah.
What he does best.
Oh dear. Who else do we have around?
I'm gonna give a shout out to my girlfriend Lauren, who who sat through that hour. Not a lot.
What? Watching the stream or watching your perspective?
Yeah, she watched the stream. Yeah, she watches the stream.
Oh, cool.
We're sorry. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for watching. That's what we mean. Oh dear. Who else do we have around? Macrin. You mentioned something about his mic, or was that someone
He
else?
said he can't pay for a mic right now.
Oh. Okay, no problem.
Surely you can buy one for €1 as well.
Lynx is around, I believe. Hello? Hi, Lynx. How was your race today? It didn't look like it was ideal, but you managed to get the car home in the end.
I don't think I could have got the car over the line without more scratches and not having damage, to be completely honest. I first like to apologise for the third time in a row to that one person I screwed over, Amuda.
Yes.
I went sideways into Puon, which I still can't spell to this day, and I tried going to the inside because if I was on the outside, that was the line that he was taking to begin with. I tried going to the inside and he had to swerve out the way, lost control and just went into a wall. And I don't think he was angry about I don't think he was that happy about that one, because a few laps later when I caught him again on fresher tyres, he sort of he said his wheel disconnected. I'm not 100% sure that's true, but I don't think I'd be reporting that when it gave I don't think it gave me any damage, and I got the car home in the end.
Yeah, again, unfortunate circumstances for Amuda. Similar to the circumstances with Joe at Nürburgring, there was 2 points of damage and it requires 3 in a multiple car incident for a safety car to be called.
Maybe my rear end should have been a little bit red then.
Never say that again.
This is going in the funny moments compilation.
This is not going in any compilation. We're going to be
No,
off
it's
the air
going
by
in the
the
funny
end of the
moments
night.
compilation, whether you like it or not.
Oh dear. Nevertheless, looking ahead to Tokyo in the rain, how are you with driving in the rain? Does it suit the Corvette? Does it suit your driving style? We know that you're quite smooth when it comes to steering inputs.
I have not driven the Corvette in the rain.
Oh.
Like, at all. In fact, I haven't driven GT Sport in the rain, apart from a single race that was about 35 minutes on in GRB cars in shorts. On the shorts Red Bull ring. So I'm probably hitting many walls.
Fantastic. Well, I suppose that's quite a bit of practice then for you in the upcoming week.
2 weeks of practice and a COVID vaccine. Let's go.
All we can say is, do you want the wet tire, not the inter?
What's an inter?
The one that's not quite all the way wet.
I know.
Unbelievable scenes.
Are you sure?
I was making a meme.
I can't. This is too much.
Anyway, I hope you look forward to seeing me crash in 2 weeks' time.
Well, let's hope at least it won't be a safety car fest. It'll probably end up being one, but let's hope not.
That's what happens when you have a race in the rain, I suppose.
Yeah, see you in a couple weeks' time. Oh dear, that was Lynx, everyone. Who else is around? We have G4 Rotary, who is here. Rotary, it was 3rd place for you today. It looked like you was going for the 2-stop. I have no idea why, when you clearly saw from last week that the 1-stop was the way to go, but 3rd in the end, another podium, solid points for you and the team. He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
his
there
mic
he is.
had a hiccup. Don't relish, your mic had a hiccup.
Oh, sorry.
Do better.
Sorry, do I need to repeat the question?
It's only the last 2 seconds of what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, I started on the Supers, which was a big mistake, and then they died very quickly, and I just blanked on strategy and decided on the fly that a 2-stop might work. It didn't. And yeah, I couldn't do anything other than P3. Both Bubbo and James spun directly in front of me through on, so that was fun. Yeah, I think pretty sure I got a fast stack in the end, so that's fun. Points are nice.
Oh, yes, it was you that got fastest lap. Sorry, I told Arama, I think, in his interview that I think he got it. So, apologies for that. I'm getting the 2 R18s mixed up. Looking ahead, we've seen, again through consistency mainly, that the Teams Championship is looking quite good for you guys in the AM-LM category. Do you think you'll be able to capitalise as well going to Tokyo?
Personally, no. Arama, maybe. The car's very difficult in the wet. It's snappy at the best of times, and rain just amplifies that. Yeah, also the exit of the hairpin, it's depending how much hybrid you have, you just all of a sudden lose forward drive. You're spinning. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to have to make the most of it.
Well, if Joe, does you have anything to add to that?
Nothing of note. Wake said that the weather could be interesting.
Oh, fantastic! I know he's just being himself in chat. Well then, again, hopefully we'll see more good results to come from you heading further into the season. So, congratulations on the podium today. Who else do we have? Ryan Ruby is here. However, do they have a microphone? Ryan? Hello?
Yep.
Okay, have you, just to make sure, have you got your voice share settings and stuff sorted?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Ryan, whereabouts did you finish? Well, actually, first of all, it looked like you was really cooking the tyres today on the front of that M3.
So basically, I have been struggling for the whole week trying to get the tyre pressure, the tyres to not overheat. They've been lasting like 3 or 4 laps. I went into the race and I was battling the Muda and GTO for the first 20 minutes of the race, and they were feeling fine. And then Ross decided to disconnect, and me, Ross, Adam, and Leo, being Tribe, were all in a party at the same time. So we was like trying to keep each other informed where we was, because I disconnected for Ross and Ross disconnected for me. So the whole time we were like trying to work out how close we was. So after the pit stop, I was pushing like anything to get past Ross, and I cooked my tyres a bit too much, and I ruined the end of the race for me.
Yeah, it was half expected you'd have a puncture. By the end of that, it was looking that bad.
Saddest left front tyre.
Yeah, that front left tyre just doesn't want to turn half the time. It just wants to scream at me. So it wasn't the best.
Right. Well, this was actually, I think was it second race or something like that?
It is my first. It is my first race in this season.
This season.
Done a race.
Have you raced
season 4?
That was
and I got really moody, and I decided to leave after being 3 laps down.
Now we've seen stuff before that we've seen. If it makes you feel better, I'm sure he won't mind me snitching on him again. James, he ended up quitting at Twin Ring Motegi after 3 minutes. So you at least probably did better than that.
I can't remember. I've had a fair few run-ins with disconnecting and leaving from league races. If you ask Crazy John about his racing series before, I was very young, got bored, and went backwards for 3 laps around midfield on GT6. I had a decent race, and for a car that no one's using, I've done quite well.
Yeah, 5th place here today. Looking ahead to the rest of the season, Tokyo was next stop of the race. We know the M3 is generally quite a stable car. Perhaps that will come into benefit you come that race, because of course of the rain conditions.
I've not really actually driven in the wet on GT
another
Sport.
one. That's fantastic. Okay.
I am more of a Assetto Corsa racer. I got bragged into racing this by Canoni and Leo and Nat, because I said I didn't think it'd be that good, but it was very entertaining race whilst trying to catch up to Ross and also battle GTO.
Yeah, awesome. It was definitely a fantastic race to watch, and thanks again for providing the entertainment for us. We hope to see you next time out.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to see Ross for the whole race.
That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be ideal. I want to try and have a battle with not a ghost.
Right then, I think we've covered just about everyone who's around, including Rotary, who is very round, as we've discussed before.
So round.
Joe, your final comments on what has been a race that has been very interesting.
I can give you some insight that Arame is having some chicken nuggets to celebrate his victory.
Awesome, congrats Arama. He's putting on the ballast now, already in advance.
Yes.
So, again, Joe, your thoughts?
Rotary wants to know how much of a bribe is needed for Tokyo to have a sun dry spell. What do you reckon?
We'll have to discuss that off stream, I'm afraid. Can you answer my question? Joe, what are your thoughts on what have been a very entertaining race today? One of the fullest grids we've seen in a long time as well.
Yep. If not for Mika having other commitments, we would have had a full grid. But yeah, 5 LMs, it was decent action over in the field, even though it did spread out towards the end. And if we get a turnout like this for Tokyo, it's going to be chaos.
Oh, absolutely. And it will be Tokyo next week. It will be Pro Split showing us how it's done. So be sure to tune in for that, same time, same place, here on Nukeshot Media. If you've enjoyed the stream again, be sure to leave a like on it. That pretty much concludes our broadcasting here from the Ardennes Forest at Spa-Francorchamps. Again, it's provided some fantastic racing this season on its return. First official main season return since, I believe, Season 2 in the GT6 era. So, fun times with that, and it has certainly delivered. So, from all of us here at the studio, I've been Zokeo.
I've been Joe.
And we hope to see you, well, Joe will probably see you, at least in the booth, in 2 weeks' time. Me and Mika will hopefully be there in a week's time. I know I certainly will be there. So, from all of us, it's goodbye.
Hello.